And welcome everybody to another week and another episode of the Cleaner Cast. As you know, we're live on YouTube every Friday at 6 Central, available on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to give me a subscribe, rate, and review. That's right, Humberto. Let's get this party started. Pop him up real quick. And as you know, we've got a Canadian cohort, and his name is Mr. Alex Dewar. What's up, Dewar?
Hi, everybody. It's Friday. And boy,
It's Friday.
Yes. It's been a week, I'll tell you that much. So
yeah,
I hope everyone's doing well. It's I'm really excited for this one. GloveBox. Oof.
They got some new stuff cooking
big time.
They got an ambassador program. I think they got RX stuff working on in the back burner. So we got to get into it. Fred's in the chat, and he's in the back, so he's just everywhere.
He's everywhere. Love it.
Yeah,
guy's a machine.
And speaking of GloveBox, I was their September kind of beta test ambassador. We're kind of testing it out. And if you want to save on GloveBox Detail subscriptions, you can use promo Jamie30 for 30% off your first box on any GloveBox Detail subscription. So use that before the month of September. If you ain't subscribed to GloveBox yet, go check it out. And I did the unboxing this month over on their YouTube channel, which needs more subscribers. So go subscribe to their YouTube channel and give that video a watch.
Humberto's commented that I'm more bearded. Maybe we're both more bearded. I mean, I'm insulating for winter. I don't know what your excuse is.
I'm just sweating it out over here for no good reason. I just got to make my way to the barbershop. Yeah, I got it lined up, I think, Monday or Tuesday. I think Tuesday.
Oh, very good.
Yes, so I'll be much more trimmed up next week. Yeah. So what'd you detail this week, Dewar?
Anything? I did my own car.
Did your own car?
Yep. It was getting pretty bad, and I couldn't wait for my bottle of Absolute to come, so I knocked it out with the perfectly satisfying O&R. Very capable product.
Yep. You still haven't got to try the Absolute yet.
No, but just showed up yesterday. Thank goodness. That's this weekend's project, and it's I don't know. It's good, and I did a shameless plug, did a few little promo videos for TOC Supplies, so be sure to check those out.
Check them out. Fantastic interior cleaning demo you did over there.
Thank you. Absolutely. It's I mean, you know the struggle of recording yourself while trying to clean something, but they wanted a little bit of a voiceover situation, so we gave that to them, and I think it went pretty well. It's nice because you don't have to worry about talking when you're recording while you're filming, which is a big plus. But,
Humberto, definitely just slacking on my end.
Yeah, Louisiana slack. So, excited to get this one going. So how about we bring them in?
Let's bring them in indeed. Because everybody, we got Fred and Brad from GloveBox. So let's get them on. Hello, Brad, and hello, Fred. How y'all gentlemen doing this evening?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Doing fantastic.
Doing good.
I feel like I need some fancy shelves behind me, like
you got
Jamie
to have
and
some.
Brad have.
No, I need Alex's background. That's what I need.
You got to figure out the virtual background situation.
Yeah, I know. For sure.
Yeah, you definitely need some GloveBox RX.
Yeah,
whatever this month's GloveBox is.
Actually, the bottle is up there. The first mold is up there.
Oh, very
cool. I always keep one by my side.
Yeah,
always got one on you. Yep. So let's get into it slowly. So what y'all gentlemen detail this week? We'll start with Fred, because once we get to Brad, I mean, he's going to talk about some supercar or something, so blow us all out the water.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a kitchen remodel for 3 months, and that finally got wrapped up. So my toy has been hiding at a friend's house in his garage. So I finally got that home a couple weeks ago. So I finally took that out this weekend and gave it a good wash, and I used the Vivash ceramics shampoo, which I was actually surprised how good it actually foams, because most ceramic shampoos don't foam at all. So I tried that out, and so I detailed that a little bit. Need to do a lot more because it's been sitting quite a bit this summer. Then I drive a Volvo V60 wagon every day, so I clean that up a little bit too.
Very nice.
Been testing some other products that I can't mention too much about, but because we're always, exploring new brands to work with for GloveBox. So tested out some new stuff for that on my car. So we don't just take whatever people give us. We actually do use it. And if we don't like it, then gets kicked down the road. So yeah, I detailed those two things this week. Well, let Brad upstage me.
No. So most of the credit to a lot of these details go to my team for one of one. Like that's like my detail company. That's what I do 8 days a week. Because I've been really diving into the collection management side of things, so it pulls me away from the detailing, which gets me sad. And like sometimes people say that they're hangry. I call it detangry. If I don't get the detail, I get like super anxious and upset. But the guys really knocked out. Just looking at the schedule, Monday was Ferrari F8, GT2, Raptor, and then Tuesday was a 2-day project fixing some water spots on a new TRX. That was straight from the dealer. They must have let that sit outside for a while. Thursday was a Porsche 993, and while we were there, they knocked out interior on a boat and 2 wave runners. And then today they started, which is probably going to be 4 to 7 day job I have blocked off for this one. It's older BMW 2002 TII, not a 2002 year. It's a model 2002.
Yep.
So
they're such a cool little car.
Yeah, totally. For sure.
Yep. There you go. See, that's why you let Brad go last.
No, stop it.
No,
Stop
for sure.
But yeah, we were talking before the show. You were telling us about getting from mobile to shop to now car collections. How does one go about finding these collections and setting that up?
Yeah, it's not easy.
Not easy.
It's really, just a lot of praying, and a lot of, it sounds cliche, but it's just always comes down to hard work. So when I started the detail company, it was a lot of mobile stuff, friends and family. And my first goal, the first level I wanted to get to was just consistent work. And well, let me take a step back. When I started the detail company, I didn't want to take away from other detail companies that were in the area. And because it's so competitive. So I didn't want to be this guy on the side that was just taking cash for really cheap because I didn't have business insurance, workman's comp, or I didn't have a real business license. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it for real. And I'm not going to take away from the guys that already put in the hard work. So I started it. And if I knew how to look at, overhead and all that stuff now, I probably would have never kept going because I wasn't making enough money for to keep the lights on or to even buy products. But I just kept going. So that happened, and I reached the level of staying consistent with work. And then the next thing I wanted to do was be able to make enough money to save money. So kept doing the mobile stuff, just dealerships, still friends and families, word of mouth, just working the street and doing like a lot of car show stuff, handing my cards out. One of the things that really helped me was early on, I did a Groupon. That's when, I don't know if you guys remember that, the Groupon thing. I think
I never understood it, but I do remember it.
It was a lot different, 10 years ago when you can negotiate with them on the percentage and all that stuff. But I did that. I did on the mobile detailing side. They never had mobile detailing in the Midwest. It was always at the shop. And I remember they set the ad and I'm watching it like, oh, you got this detail, you got this. And it was up to 200 details in 2 days. And I was like, yo, we're going to have to slow this down because I'm a one-man show. It's going to take me all year. So they stopped it after those 2 years. But I noticed that when they book these jobs, I not only get the customer contact info, but I get to talk to the customer directly. So then I wanted to make these customers clients. So I said, okay, I have these 200 people that want detailing done. They want the mobile stuff. So I'm going to give them the same offer and try to get them on maintenance programs. And when I got them, they're paying the same. So it was great for them. 2, I didn't have to pay Groupon their percent. And 3, I got to collect all this information of people who really want to keep their cars clean. So then that's when I kind of like started making some money to provide for myself. And then I was like watching a lot of people on YouTube and I was like seeing these high-end detailers. I was like, wow, they're crushing it. Like how do I get to that level? And one thing I found out is like their significant other had a really good job. So it made it easier on them to be able to do those things, right? Or they didn't have kids. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's a big one.
If I'm going to prove that this could be a career where you can not just make a good living, but make a good retirement, then I'm going to have to figure out a way to, up it up a little bit to that next level of, okay, if I'm going to make enough money where my wife's not going to have to work. I'm going to make enough money where my kids could go to a good school and they don't have to worry about, what are we going to eat tomorrow? So then I got to that point, and then I'm like, all right, what's next? The next thing was like hiring employees, but I didn't want to go down the route of hiring employees where, you're paying them on the side. You're not giving them a W-2 and they got to worry about how to file taxes and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I want employees that, one, are going to get paid really good, so provide for them. 2, they're going to have health insurance. And 3, they're going to have 401k, so they know I'm investing in their future. So I got to there. And then the next level was, how can I take a step back and this continues to run? Because all the clients are used to, Brad Mills doing the work, and they're used to me calling. Can I take this business model and have it run efficiently if I step back from it? And you have a manager, shout out to Brian. He holds it down for us. And then we got to there, and now I'm like, okay, what's next? And I think I'm kind of at this point, like, you hear people talk about making enough money where it's not just about becoming rich. It's thinking about what your kids' futures, generational wealth and things like that. So that's what's keeping me fired up at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a long-winded thing about how I got to where I'm at now, but it fires me up once I start talking, because people are always like, don't take it so personal, like don't worry about the competition down the street. Don't take it personal. And I'm always like, well, it personally provides for me, personally provides for my family, personally opens all these other doors. So, okay, of course I'm going to take it personal. There's that healthy thing of competition. Like I need to see you guys crushing it, because I gotta crush it even more. I want you to do good, but I don't want you to beat me. So it's like that healthy competition as well, which I think is really good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, absolutely killing it over there. So, and then you roll in GloveBox with it. I mean, you got an empire going on.
Yeah, the GloveBox was just give back and show other people that it could happen. You can do this by washing cars. Like, this is possible that this can happen. So that's really where that came back to. So when we say, you hear me all the time, like, and I put in capital sometimes to try to get the point across through social, but when I say for detailers, by detailers, like, I'm not playing.
And that is the perfect segue into the brand new GloveBox Ambassador program that y'all rolled out kind of over the last month. So you gave me a call. You're like, hey, we got this new plan. We're going to start an ambassador program, and we're going to kind of beta test it with you. So that's kind of what we've been doing. I did the unboxing, did this, did that. Tell us your thoughts of getting this started, and what are the intentions behind it. And I think it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for a lot of people.
Yeah, it comes back to building that community. I think Fred and I and Jason all agree that to do GloveBox, we never wanted it to be this thing that it just seems like we're trying to sell people stuff. And it's just these guys getting all the credit. Fred knows, like, I'm super introverted unless I'm talking about detailing. Like, I love you guys, but I hate doing these things. Like, just hide me in my detail bay. But I think with the ambassador program, and you set the bar really high with some of the videos and reels we're going to put out that you did, but the foam cannon flip is just a mic drop right there. So
the Jamie exclusive.
Yep, you're only getting that with me as an ambassador.
Yeah. But we just wanted to, bring the community together and do this as one instead of, all separate, because I also realize, being in the detail world, that a lot of times companies will reach out to you and they just, want your social reach instead of helping build you up and build your business and, focus, like, do you have a family? What are your goals? What level are you trying to get to? And how could we help? Instead of just like, hey, pitch my product, we don't even really detail, but we like how many followers you have. So we wanted to change that a little bit, and we wanted people to feel that we have their back and we're here to help them. And it's not just trying to sell boxes.
And this is a real ambassador program. And I think one of the more legit ones that I've been a part of, and I've been a part of a lot. So really good program so far. I can't wait to see, these new ones you've chosen. So you put out a list of the new ambassadors. So how's it kind of going to work? Is one person going to take over a month, or maybe a couple people?
Yeah, there'll be like you did. There'll be the one ambassador that will do like the unboxing, and I could take a step back from that and put the light on somebody else to do that, and the reels and some tips and tricks. And then the other ambassadors that we posted about the other day, that's going to be they can do their videos, they can do their stuff. We'll share and make sure that people are directed back to them, but also I want them to feel what it feels like to go to these car shows and like have a presence, not just on the screen, like have a presence face to face. Like, it sounds old school, but like there's something special about being at a car show and like talking to people about what you do and the brands you support, and how do you get your car so shiny? What's in your detail bag in the back? And that's, we want to hit the streets and continue to be the voice of reasons, not just on the screen, but also at the car shows and people's garages.
Definitely.
Yeah, we picked a wide variety too. It wasn't just, detailers. It was car enthusiasts and
yes.
From all walks of life, which was, I think, cool to engage with them,
Yeah, so it was a pretty good list. So is that like the whole year? You just kind of picked one per month, or
no?
That y'all thought this is good, this one's good, this one's good, and we're just gonna run it until we get through them.
No, we're gonna. So for October, to follow you up is gonna be a good one. I can't say it yet, but you'll see it. But all those people on the list, like, we're gonna keep building. We're gonna keep building off of that and keep adding people and make sure that we're taking care of them on their side as well. And another thing I was going to say about the ambassador program, it's not. I think I told you this also, Jamie, when we first talked, but I wasn't like, hey, you can only do GloveBox stuff. Like, not at all, man. Do your thing. Yeah. So just to put that out there, we're not trying to like hold people hostage just to GloveBox. They could keep creating and do their own stuff.
Yeah, and we'll keep adding to it and trying to do new things. For a long time we've been connecting with influencers and stuff, like even Jamie or Alex. We have sent you guys boxes in the past, and like we felt like that was kind of empty on our end, like a little bit. Yeah, you're getting a box, but we're like, how can we engage them and make them feel like they're part of the team in a way? So that's kind of where we're at now, and I'm sure it'll keep evolving, hopefully keep growing. And I keep bugging Brad and Jason that one day I want to have all these guys, and you guys included, and gals, meet at like our headquarters in Chicago and do like a weekend or something all together, and like have fun together and try new things and learn from each other, like not to copy like the rag company, but they do a great job of what they do. So we would never duplicate them or try to copy what they're doing, but they've really paved the way for a lot of that stuff. So we'd like to kind of have something similar that connects everyone together. So
yeah, for sure. Yep.
Except, the month focuses on that person. So like you're the highlight of the whole month. Like I'm September. Like I'm gonna show you how to flip the foam cannon. I'm gonna do a little unboxing. We're gonna do some more cool stuff, and so it's pretty cool. Definitely different. I think it stands out big time. I've had a blast with it. It definitely, the foam cannon tutorial was the injecting my personality, straight into the GloveBox channel.
And we want all these folks to do their thing. Like, we're not going to ever tell them like, you only can do it this way, or use this footage, or like, we want you to have fun with it. So
and I've definitely, we've laid the blueprint, not the blueprint, but the blueprint down for someone to follow it now. So just do your thing. I think it's a blast. So if someone wants to sign up for an ambassador, is there going to be certain days where you open up the applications? How's that work?
Yeah, we're still figuring that.
Still figuring out. Yeah.
Probably talk more to that.
Yeah. No, we're gonna, there's things we're gonna have to pivot on and make some changes as we go through this together with everybody. Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna keep rolling with it. The monthly thing where we'll have the the one main person do that. So we'll keep going through at least 2022 just to see how that goes and get feedback from people like you what we could do better.
Right.
But I mean, at this point, we're just rolling with it and figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you called me like first it was you said October, but then you text me back after and it's like, oh, it's September. I'm sorry. You got so. Well, yeah, I got a whole month to plan it out and come up with some stuff, and then you're like September. I'm like, okay, 2 weeks, got it.
And then we got our product late, so that got to you late, and you still spun it around like really, really quick.
Oh yeah.
Usually we have a little bit more runway, but the last month was a little rough. But we still shipped on time. But we wanted to get yours earlier, so you had more time to kind of.
Right.
But it just didn't happen. So
if you enjoy making content, you can easily talk about detailing products. You know how to review a soap pretty good. Even if you don't know how to review a soap pretty good, if you just want to talk about how you like that specific soap or whatever comes in the box that week, fantastic program, and I've had a blast with it. So I think it's going really well so far.
Sweet.
For sure.
It's also opened up the eyes of to others of like Vivash. Like that's a great brand. Like
that's what I wanted to roll into. Yeah, Vivash. So tell us how you come across a brand like Vivash.
I think initially,
I think me or you reached out to them, and we wanted to try their products to get into a box because we're always looking for new stuff.
Yeah, you got to be.
And we get hit up a lot by brands, but we also have to do outreach because. Just as much as we don't know about certain companies, they don't know about us yet. So we reached out to them in 2020, I think, and did a couple things with them throughout the last year and a half or so. And then they really enjoyed working with us. And, I think it was kind of reciprocal. Like they got something out of it because we do include the discount codes on our boxes for people going back to buy more from that brand.
Yeah.
And they've always engaged with us and, been happy with what we did. So we were able to set that up. So it was good to work with them again, but I like their products. Like they had some good stuff in this month's box that I really enjoyed. Like this shampoo, I thought was great for ceramic shampoo. Yeah. It's not probably, people expect this crazy protection from a ceramic shampoo.
Yeah,
I treat it more like it's really good for cleaning ceramic coatings. Is how I kind of look at it.
Right.
You have to really read up on when you get a ceramic shampoo. You have to. There's a scale. They're either going to focus on cleaning or they're going to focus on protection. And that foam kind of goes with the cleaning side, and less foam with the protection side. So there's a big scale. I think people forget to look at sometimes when picking out a ceramic.
Because we've worked with brands on the other side of it. That they don't foam at all, and you're like, why am I putting this in a foam can? And it's a waste of time. But they clearly say that it's it's meant for more of a wash bucket. Well, this one kind of did both, so it was good.
Both, yeah, definitely. It was lubristic. Felt good under the wash mitt. Good soap.
Yeah.
Good glass cleaner. Good interior cleaner. Interior cleaner had some UV protection. But yeah, Brad hit me up with and I was like, "What's the brand?" Vivash, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what you just said.
What's the Is that a typo?
Yeah.
So, I think one of the things that I've always been impressed with that company is, sometimes I have to take myself out of it and think about what's going to work good for the weekend warrior, what's going to work good for the mobile detailer, what's going to work good for, the professional detailer. And I try to find a good middle ground for that. And Anthony, shout out to Anthony over at Vivash. Like his response time to emails and the communication is solid. Like it's so great. Like I think, we've kind of missed some of that. These last couple of years, people are slower to respond, and they think, like it's just part of the times. But like when you find people that have a brand that responds to you quickly and promptly, and it's just I love that. So they've always done a great job with that. So we want to support them. You know, their products are great, but, you know, I think customer service is always something we forget about, but means so much to the end users like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the faster you respond, you know, the faster you wind up in GloveBox again, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good time. So, Fred, I see you're wearing a nice detail.
Yeah.
Hulk, what was that one called?
This is the Hulk shirt.
The Hulk shirt. Yep.
Yeah.
Love
based
that
on
shirt.
Hulk Hogan's kind of look from back in the day.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up the merch. It's
yeah, I was about to say, Fred, pull up do your thing and pull up the page, and let's go through some merch, and let's.
I can do that.
I think a shirt's involved with the ambassador program too, but I ain't got mine.
Yeah,
mine lost to Alligators got it, I think.
So shout out to Jason. He does. You know, he's very creative when it comes to these, you know, designs and stuff.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
I think it's like this trend, you know, like a lot of us born 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. So there's like some of that feel of that in some of these shirts.
So Jason,
some of them are plays on like pop culture, like the influencer shirt is more of a modern, modern thing. The other two here, the Vice shirt. I mean, it's Miami Vice, which is
I love the Vice one. That's
I believe that's
so good.
Dustin Guard picked when he won our giveaway for a GloveBox
t-shirt.
Very nice.
And then, you know, this is our motto we've had for a while, clean, drive, repeat. That's been Brad's. Brad and Jason's motto when they started the company. And then we updated that to clean, drive, refill with GloveBox RX, which we don't have a shirt for yet, but maybe we can work on that. So we're I don't know, maybe we'll come up with some more designs, but
definitely. I love when a company really puts the work into their merch.
Yeah.
And it also throws it, you know, on a good shirt. Good design, good merch. Good merch take you a long way, in my opinion. And y'all nailed it. So tell Jason keep doing what he's doing. And like you said, that rolls into GloveBox RX. So let's talk about that. What y'all got coming up? Anything down in the pipeline?
Brad.
Yeah, a lot of testing.
A lot of testing, yeah.
A lot of testing. So we do. I actually am really close on signing off on a few products that we're going to add to the line here soon. Sometimes I'll do teasers in the stories with, you know, something in there without a label. So it's again, it goes back to like when we introduced the products in GloveBox, the subscription side. It's like I have to think about, you know, the people that are traveling, doing mobile stuff. I have to think about the people in the garage. I have to think about the professionals. I have to think about big volume dealership stuff. I have to think about people that are in cold climates of their products not freezing. So I'm doing this testing. So that really requires, it's a blessing and a disguise. Living in the Midwest, like we get all those seasons. So to test that product,
I go through the year.
I have to go through the year. But I'm really close on signing off on a few of them that are going to kind of round out that first starter kit. But, you know, with I think a lot of companies and a lot of people are like, oh, GloveBox is just, you know, switching gears and just doing GloveBox RX. It's, you know, at the end of the day, it's whatever you guys prefer. We just want to get as much things in your hand to test to form a real opinion behind. And not just what you see on the internet. Like there's nothing better than you trying it to see what works well for you. So with the GloveBox RX, like Fred and I said since the beginning, you know, we're not going to hold this to ourselves. You know, even though we have the international patent partnership for this, like we, during SEMA, we are very open and have meetings lined up to meet with other big manufacturers to be able to do their own brands in this if they want to. And if people prefer another big brand over GloveBox RX, at least we're delivering that system that, you know, one is going to save plastic. Two, it's going to, you know, save on how you dilute products. It's going to save, like when you're doing mobile stuff or you're traveling with stuff, there's just so many things. And, you know, I'm not trying to be biased right now. Shipping, freezing. But.
Yeah, speaking of freezing, the first time we sent Rick from Rag Garage a box, it was probably, I think it was January or February 2021 maybe, and his box came frozen. Like one of the products was completely ruined.
Yep.
And now with the new cartridge system, we shipped the first ones for our subscribers back in February. Height of winter basically, and not one frozen cartridge. So that's another thing that is great to deal with, or not have to deal with. Our lab that we use, they tested in, I think it's -20 or -30 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 weeks, and then they crank it up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 weeks to make sure nothing falls apart in the products.
Sure.
And so they go through a litany of testing besides just Brad, but actual laboratory type tests to make sure that they are good products, the colors don't separate, or things like that. So it's been quite the learning experience as a person doing it too, seeing how it all works.
That's what's particular about this venture that y'all started. It's going to be hard to figure out how to do a soap, how to do the next things. So I can understand it taking a while to figure out the next batch of chemicals, but I'm pumped. I'm ready for some more.
We're working away.
The soap, just to kind of tease on that a little bit, the soap thing, there's a different direction going with that, but it's going to be something new.
That's what I figured.
What's also interesting, what I found out, is when you do this, it's, people don't realize how much water is actually in those, 12, 16 ounce bottles.
Yeah.
And how much concentrate you actually get. But also, if you focus on the water-based side of things, that also opens up the door to body shop.
Body shop safe. I think he's getting up there. Fred, give us something.
Continue the phrase.
There, guys.
There we go. There he is.
We did it.
He just told us all the secrets and we didn't hear it.
Yeah,
I did. Actually. We just shut the internet down.
This is all by design, folks.
This is the
last thing we heard,
metaverse.
I believe, was body shop.
Body shop.
I was gonna say it really, opened up my eyes to how they formulate chemicals and stuff for body shops, because you have to have water-based products in the body shop, so certain solvents don't get in the air that could interfere with painting.
So and all that stuff.
So there were so many connections with what we were doing and where we want to take GloveBox RX and what we want to show other companies that they can do with it. That it's just really surprising, and we're really learning a lot as we go through this.
Yeah, I bet. Do you got anything?
I was gonna say, I think with the GloveBox RX stuff, especially with the ambassadors, if they're not so much detailers but just car enthusiasts, I mean, if there's going to cars and coffees and shows and all that kind of stuff with an RX system, they pull it out, all their friends see it. I mean, hey, that's cool. Like, it's literally something they can just keep with them, where they're not going to have an arsenal of gear like all of us do. They're going to have a handful of products that they like to use. And I mean, a lot of the times they just want easy. And I mean, the RX system is perfect for that. And I think there's a big market of those cars and coffee enthusiasts that can really take advantage of this, that, not the detailers are doing. It's the broadening the horizons with those people, which I think is really great.
Yeah. So chat, if you got any questions, start hitting Fred and Brad with them and we'll get you up here. But I saw someone, Mario said he was going to take advantage of that coupon. Yep. This month.
Do it.
I can figure out how to scroll up. Got the special promo. Jamie 30, each ambassador is going to get a special promo. 30% off your first box, any GloveBox subscription. Definitely. I mean, now's the time. Now is the time. But I do have some questions somebody sent in. Because, if you got any questions, I've been posting late these last couple of weeks, but if I post early enough and you see a brand that you have questions for, you can email me, hit me up in the DMs, and that's exactly what Mr. Jay-Z did here. He was asking about just the process of curating a box, how long does it take, and then the sort of testing you do before saying those products are good enough to make it in a box.
Oh, geez. I mean, I think the curating, sometimes it moves pretty quick. Like we've had some that we've gotten the samples, we've reached out to them, they've reached out to us. We've gotten samples in a week or two, and we've been able to line them up in a box in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then we've had some that have taken 7 months, 8 months to get lined up. And then we've had others that are lined up, and then 2 weeks before we need the products, they cut out on us.
Oh, wow.
So that really makes us shift gears quick. And, and most of the time it's because they're having supply chain issues, or, they have something going on in their business that prevents them from doing it. So it's nothing like out of spite or any issues like that. It's just the way the global economy is right now is a little sketchy. And then usually I'll either get some samples to try, but most of them we send direct to Brad, so him and his team can go through them, because they detail every day. I detail on the weekends or when I'm putzing around at night in my cars, but and especially in the warmer months, I can do that. In the middle of the winter, I don't have as many options as Brad does. I have a heated garage, but it's not really set up like Alex or Rick's garage with drains and stuff like that. So I don't have the water runoff in the winter, so I don't get to test as much as Brad. Sometimes we've gotten sent so many samples that we have to split it up, because they'll send us 20 products and we're like, well, we can't test all this stuff. So I don't know, Brad, what do you think?
Yeah, well, first off, Jay-Z, I'm laughing because I've been sending Fred and Jason these screenshots lately of why I've been so energetic, and I've been on this 90s hip hop kick for my Spotify. So I was laughing because of that. But the testing really goes back to like the VBOSH stuff. Like the customer service really is important to me. If these companies are responding quickly and keeping in good communication with us. And then I'll just use it everyday use. Like I'm really not scared to use something new on a client's, 7-figure car. Like if any of my clients are watching, they already trust me, but it's, a lot of these products, it's, you have to use cool to the touch. I think that's where we get into a lot of trouble, is direct sunlight, or someone just takes their car out for a joyride. They come back, the wheels are super hot, the hood's super hot. They try to spray the greaser to get bugs off on the hood, and it just stains the clear coat. So I think, all these products that are in the market that we're trying to navigate through, they're all great. They're all great. But to me, it comes down to kind of answering Jay-Z's question. The testing really starts with customer service with these people, and just reading and learning about their products and their background of how they got into this, because I want to know if it's just a company that doing a lot of marketing and just relabeling their stuff, which is not bad. It's just some companies, it's just all about.
And one other thing that happens sometimes is, not that there's a drought ever with testing products, but there's times we have 3-4 months lined up already. So then we'll start reaching out or getting connected with new brands. And there's so many that we just lose, certain touch with people. And we have to circle back, or, like there's only 3 of us. I know people think that GloveBox is this huge company, and it's not. There's me, Jason, and Brad. And we all have full-time jobs. This is just something that we're doing out of a passion and for fun and together, and for the community, and like we just enjoy doing it. So we don't have all the time in the world to keep track of all this stuff sometimes. So sometimes they get away from us, and then sometimes we're able to reconnect with them. Or the big thing this year was having the takeover boxes every month. That really was a big hit a couple times last year. And late last year, we're like, let's try to do takeovers as many months in a row as we can.
Yeah.
So then when we get these companies that have accessories, or they might have one new product, but they don't have a huge depth of merchandise or, products that they sell, we're already having to push them possibly into next year. So like, it's just tough to keep track of all of them, but we try to re-engage them. A big thing now is like SEMA's coming up. So I'm re-engaging with them. Hey, are you be at SEMA? We should meet face to face, shake hands, chit chat, like see what we can work out, or or back to the GloveBox RX thing, like our big thing is there to shake hands, meet more vendors and manufacturers. And we know a lot of them, and Brad's met some in person. I haven't met any in person. It's all since COVID, it's all been on a computer, so
yeah,
we're hoping to meet some of these folks and get them interested in getting their product in GloveBox RX, because we do want to share the system with any brand that we feel would be, I don't want to say worthy, because we're not snotty by any means, but back to what Brad said about the whole marketing ploys and like these big exaggerations about what they do, and some of that's gone in this chat that Mike and our little detailed chats talk about. Like I don't think we'd want companies like that to use our system, and I'm sure they'd probably throw a ton of money at us and try to make us do it, but I would hold on to our morals and push back. But there's many brands out there that we want to work with, so we'd love to curate in that way as well, I think. So
yeah, for sure. So definitely a business side and a testing side, and but I can see once Brad's team gets a hold of these products, I mean, it doesn't take too long to figure out this soap's good, this glass cleaner's good.
Well, it's like the first time I found about the detail firm, I got an ad for them, so I reached out to them, which is one person, Brandon.
Really?
He's an amazing guy. He runs that whole company by himself.
Wow.
Contact him, like, that your stuff looks really good. Could we sample it for GloveBox? And I explained who we are, and he's like, yeah, that'd be great. So he sent me, I don't know, 5 or 6 products, and I tested them, and it was like the packaging and how good they smelled and how they looked and how they worked. And I'm like, Brad, I drove from my house into the city. He was at our headquarters detailing, and drove like an hour in traffic. I'm like, I hand him this box, and it was like he opened it and like the light glowed out of it. You know what I mean? And he was like, this stuff is amazing. Like immediately we're like emailing back, like, all right, we want this many of this. Can you do it? Kind of a thing. So like there's manufacturers that we meet like that we I don't know, just love working with. So
yeah, that's cool.
Keep them coming,
Yep. Yeah. I recently just went through a couple of their products as well, and very good. Smells very good.
Bill with lithium.
Very unique. Very unique.
I look
brand.
at those guys a lot in the same light. They have great stuff and good people.
Yeah, there's kind of two sides to it. It's the manufacturer, the people like detail firm, or, why do they go to us? It's because everybody knows if a company is, showing their product, they're going to talk good about it. It's their product. They come to us because we are able to get the product directly into the hands of people that are going to use it and form real opinions. So it's good for them. But now on the ambassador side, I don't think we touched on this before, but what is really good that I look forward to is, not only shining the light on the people that use these products all the time, like you, Jamie, and all the new ambassadors, but it actually gets the eyeballs and the attention of the manufacturer that will start reaching out to them to open up bigger deals. Because really, it's like, people don't always think of it like this, but if you think of it as you're an athlete, like a detailer, you're an athlete, like you're really physical, you're doing this every day. And mentally, just owning a business is straining. So if you take it as an athlete perspective, like you're going to get your base pay, but the top athletes make their money off of sponsorships. That's where you're going to get, your royalties and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I hope a lot of the ambassadors see. And it opens up doors for them to, capture some of that and make some more money for themselves and their family.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where I'd like to see, some detailing companies step up, and let's, that's, I think, the way that should go in the future.
Yeah, it's already been proven. It's already in the sports arena. Like it's the same thing now that the internet's out there. So it's no different. Actually, I think it's a lot harder, because when you get to a level of this, the top athletes, they have assistants, they have people to do things to keep their mind focused just on their goal of playing a sport. We have the focus on, the business, the family, our work job, the products, there's all these things. So the mental game is 10 times harder than a lot of the professional athletes. So I hope that we can make a change, especially in that space, because I know a lot of so I'm at the racetrack a lot. And I've been seeing a lot of companies like Stoner has been sponsoring a lot of race teams. That's not cheap. That's not cheap. So, I want to be the guy that gets in front of them and say, hey, here's the real results. You want to see that car going by 200 miles an hour? I might not even see your logo. But if we get you on Alex's channel or Jamie's channel, now people can see that over and over again and see some real results. Put some money that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's not all about the
car.
I'm just
isn't using a.
It's
car
not all
isn't
about the
foaming
money.
with soap,
Exactly.
Not foaming in the pits either.
Yeah. But definitely.
One other thing
I don't see any more questions though.
Yeah, I don't either. I was just say one other thing that we try to do is, I think, ambassadors for the industry, not just our ambassadors or ourselves. We try to really help the community. So we connect some of these brands with some of you folks. I recently connected Rick with a company that is possibly going to come into GloveBox. We'll see next year, maybe. Or Mike's, he had his live stream every 2 weeks, and I connected them, I think originally to Detail Firm. Or if they have website questions, they need help. That's what I do professionally. Or something went wrong on a product they use, I could be like, hey, Brad, do you have any tips on this? And we really try to just give back. Not to throw too much out there because this isn't really anyone's business, but we don't get paid yet. We're still hustling like you guys are. So we're doing this because we honestly love doing this. So we believe in, give it and it'll come back kind of a thing. So we really want to help people and help pave the way to make this a great industry and cut the noise of all the stuff and keep engaging with people and you folks. And, it's more to us than just shipping off boxes,
trying to do something different. You got the RX going on. You got this ambassador program. I think the ambassador program, is clearly a good outline of where, a good ambassador program needs to go and needs to do. So y'all making moves over there. I'm loving it. Dewar, got any final thoughts?
No, I think the ambassador program, Jamie and I have been a part of some other ones, obviously, in the industry, but it's so much more than the products. It's just networking with all the ambassadors networking together and just kind of spreading the word of this and, growing it. And then some of these ambassadors may even know brands that we've never even heard of that they can bring on and just grow it from there.
I met you, Jamie, and I don't know how many of you guys together last year when you guys were doing the, some other stuff together, and you guys all started out as the Rag Company ambassadors. And Lex, I met all you guys kind of at the same exact time. And Justin and, and Matt and,
that's a lot to meet all at once.
It is.
It's a lot of animals.
So
big time.
We hope to have that sort of impact on the community and the team and the ambassadorship. Mike had a question, Brad. How did GloveBox get its name? Where did GloveBox come from?
I'm just gonna hire Fred to come on and do the Q&A and everything.
That's what I do.
He's our moderator.
That personal assistant stuff Brad said that you didn't have, you got one. You just didn't know it.
No.
That was, again, the creative source behind GloveBox, Jason. And we did it as GloveBox is really one word. So that's why under my name here, it says Brad GloveBox. I always put the B a little bit bigger, but we do it as one word. And it's just funny how that all came together, and it just works because now the cartridges actually fit in your glove box for GloveBox RX. So it came full circle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when it all comes together. You're
I keep one of each cartridge empty in my trunk and one bottle, and all I need is water. If I need to mix one of those up for some reason, like if my kids spill something or I take on a bunch of bugs that lost the fight, like I can quickly take care of it instead of having a whole bag of stuff in my car all the time.
Exactly. Yep. Well, Brad, you got any final thoughts on this here podcast? Any words you want to give to the ambassadors for the future? Something like that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I see a lot of people that, they always talk about, they love doing detailing, and they want to go full time, but they're scared, like how do they replace that income? How are they going to do mobile? Are they going to have a shop? How does that overhead work? How do you even run a business? What kind of workman's comp do you need? I think I would just encourage them just to keep going, because when things don't make sense and everybody else backs out and you keep fighting is when you start to see a change, and start to grow something bigger than you ever expected it to be. So if they need anything, like I'm not joking, like you can reach out to us. Like I want them to feel the same feeling I felt about growing this business. And people ask me, and I hate talking about this, but they're like, oh, when you do these cars, do you just feel, like you made it and you chill? And I'm like, I'm so scared to go back to where I started that it keeps me wanting to keep going. Right. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a point I could put across to people that want to make that leap into doing this full time. So it doesn't really have anything to do with buying the subscription, even though Jamie's code is awesome, or the GloveBox RX. It really has to do with like making people feel confident in growing their own business and doing it the right way and being able to provide a better life for themselves and their family.
Boom.
Very cool.
Fred, hit us with the plugs and we'll get y'all out of here.
Oh, geez. Use code Jamie30 this month.
There we go.
Subscription. No, I'm kidding. No, like anything, we're always looking for ideas too. So if there's things that anyone has an idea for a product or a brand or something new they've seen that they think they'd want us to put in the GloveBox, like we're happy to hear that. Or if you need help with something or customer service wise, if you have any issues, just reach out to me and I'm glad to do what I can to help.
Go subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes. We have big things coming to the Great White North, hopefully. So
nice.
That's all I can say about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, at GloveBox Detail across the board.
Across the board. Awesome. There you go.
Yep.
Go give them a follow, give them that subscribe, and you can catch Dewar at Bucky VW.
Yes, sir.
You can catch me at Jamie the Cleaner, all that good stuff. Go check out my unboxing on, like I said, on the GloveBox Detail YouTube channel. And we'll catch you on the next one. We'll go out with a little intro. And gentlemen, we appreciate it. Great cast.
Thank you guys.
Good luck with the ambassador program. I think it's going to be a hit, but you know how it goes. But good luck with it.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Alex.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.